Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Gravely Mistaken. Still sad and still tired. Thanks for asking, even though I know you don't care.
I just want to point out you chose to join us.
Welcome to Gravely Mistaken, where this is hard and I put in a lot of effort and no one subscribes.
Oh my word! I will subscribe. Will you chillax?
No.
When you haven't even subscribed to your own stuff.
Me though.
So we left off with our four assailants that busted on the door. They're here to stop our tyrannical bringing around the apocalypse. The leader is a female dwarf. The other one, standing next to her on her right, is a halfling man. And behind them is a half-elf female and an elf male. Now, the female dwarf, dressed in full chainmail and leather, is carrying around a crossbow. And so, okay, and I'm going to point this out. So, because I'm just not the best DM in the history of DMs, and I don't really know what I'm doing.
That would be Matt Mercer.
Basically, I'm doing health points and hit points a little bit differently. So basically, the more advanced your weapon is, so when you basically go to roll a dice, like let's just say, okay, I'm going to roll a 7, and let's just say I'm using a dagger. Dagger's a low-level weapon, so that's only going to be +1. If I'm taking on an enemy, it's going to do like 8 damage to them. That's basically how I'm doing it, because I am a straightforward person and I don't do math.
But you're a businessman.
That does not matter. I am the person who failed business statistics 3 times, and I'm still here.
I'm doing business
That you
statistics
failed
right
3 times?
Welcome to why I am a mathematically challenged DM.
Why did you take this class 3 times if you failed it 3 times?
It's part of the major.
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to get kicked out of the major.
No, I can just take regular statistics, which is even harder. Woo! We'll do that later.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to our lives. Can't tell we're in college. Continuing. So our half man is carrying around what looks to be like a little wand, like a, quite frankly, Harry Potter wand here.
Stab him.
And our half elf, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna go super generic with our elf and half elf. They both have longbows.
Okay.
So, oh, by the way, just so I know, how much HP do you have?
I don't know. She never told me.
How much HP did she have? So, while she's looking that up, I believe I'm supposed to have 18 faith. Do you remember how much yours is having, considering you're now level 4?
Oh, crap, no, I don't.
Since we're on the website.
28 for a...
Okay, so I have 28. Okay.
Could you just click over to the other characters so I can just double check everybody's HP?
I don't have...
We know we are the well-oiled machine. We know what we're doing.
I know absolutely nothing.
So I'm going to give it just more descriptions. So the halfling man, with his little wand, he's dressed like, you can tell he's like in boys' clothes because they fit, but he's pretty much just wearing normal local attire, just, cloth pants, cloth shirt, leather shoes, no real massive amounts of armor or anything.
Okay.
The half-elf is wearing, leaf-like armor.
Oh, I'm now 27 HP.
27. Could you just double-check mine? I think I'm supposed to be 24 or 18. I can't remember.
Okay, yeah, give me a sec.
So the half-elf is wearing that kind of green leafy armor, very lightweight, while ironically the elf is wearing leather knight's armor. When knights are just walking around in the daily and not he's just wearing leather armor.
Yeah.
You're at 31.
Oh, yes. Thank God. Because I can't die again. I guarantee you, none of us shall die fighting these people unless you just keep rolling ones and I roll 20s. That's the only way that's going to happen.
Shut up. Don't let them know that. We suck at everything.
So,
We can...
Apparently not, since my last character.
I'm
just kidding.
if you die, that's on you.
I'm the only one who lives. I stay as under longer.
So once again, I'll tell you what, I'll be nice. I'll let you guys choose who Mother Margarita, Sister Salsa, and Sensei Sushi. Who are they gonna fight? The dwarf, halfling, half elf, or elf?
I want Sister Margarita to bash a wine bottle up against the half elf's head because why not?
Okay, so they're all gonna go after the half elf.
No,
man?
wait, dwarf. Dwarf's the one with the heavy armor, right? Yeah, dwarf.
Okay.
Beat up the dwarf.
Okay, so they're gonna handle the dwarf. That was a partial. I was gonna say, if you made him fight the halfling, geez, that guy only has 8 HP. Like, really? The lowest person.
She needs to fight the halfling.
Give me a second to see if I can make them, not alive anymore using power of my words.
Go for it. Look it up in your manual. So, who do you want to fight?
I'll fight the half elf person.
Half elf? Okay.
Can we just be more descriptive? Can you, say your character runs toward things like Jesus?
Well, I just need to know so I can figure out wherever I need to position everybody exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'll take on the...
And I'm not very good at describing
elves.
Okay.
Okay.
You should, though.
So we're going to start off with Lander. So Lander runs over and he's going to take on the half elf. He can tell us, because he's dealt with elves before. Heck, he speaks Elvish.
Yeah.
Make them dead.
So you run over to face him. So what do you say, do? And what are your weapons that you have?
Okay, so I have 2 short swords as my primary weapons, and then I also have skills in longbow.
He takes his bow.
What?
She's
Relax.
She's narrating for me.
Okay, so which weapon do you pull off first?
The swords, because we're in a smaller space. If we had more space, and I was far away.
Just so you know, swords are going to be +2.
Oh, okay.
For when you roll. So how you run over?
Yeah. So I'm assuming that just by their declaration of war that they want to fight. So I'm just gonna. So he just runs and
jump
starts.
right into the brawl.
Just jumps
Not
right
even
in.
part of the congregation, but just gonna jump into this brawl.
Pretty much.
So you do a flying leap over the picnic table pews.
Well, I'm in the last pew, remember?
That's
so
true.
I just have to jump over and start charging at him.
Okay, so you jump over and you take. I take it a swing.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll for that swing to hit. You got a 1. +2, that makes it a 3. So now they're at 9.
I'm not used to using a 20 D20 die, whatever.
Wow, that was amazing. Don't die again.
You're not using the proper hit dice. I need a D6.
But okay, so here's one of the things. Your character, I will allow her, me, Bethan, and Faith. We are allowed to choose any one character and have them revived. But once you've used it, your ticket has been killed. I'll go next since you're still figuring your life out. Which, by the way, I gotta say, our friends at this temple are doing a pretty good job on the female dwarf.
Nice.
They're doing a pretty good job over there. They're carrying it on. You'd be proud. In fact, they half killed the dwarf at this point. They're just waiting for her to get knocked out.
Okay.
And this, I just see the Great Kahuna launching children at it like a no pro.
Okay.
They've got her heads. They'll survive. So I'm going up against the elf, right?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
So my bagpipes are gone, and I have not had a chance to replenish all those bagpipes. I miss those. So I pull out a lute, one of my lutes. Alright? Yeah.
Leland pulls out a lute.
Leland pulls out the lute. Okay. So I pull out my lute, and it gives me a +1 in battle. Because it's very, very low.
Right.
And I'm going to try to pull out the bagpipes where I blow the fire through it. At this elf, because here's the thing, I don't actually, at this point, he's about to notch a bow, he's notched his bow and he's about to let it fly.
Yeah.
And so I want to stop, so I'm actually not going to fully attack him, I'm just trying to incinerate his bow through my lute.
Yeah.
My lute flame. 8 plus 9.
Using the proper hit dice.
Be quiet. I'm telling you, this is the DM dice, one-sided. I said so. Because as we all know, I can't math. So yeah. Sorry if I say so a lot. I'm trying not to. I kind of I burn up the arrow, but not the bow. It looks a little confused. Slowly starts reaching back for another one. And at this point, because we're going to jump back over to you, because you made your throw against them, but now they get to make your throw against you. I'm trying to do this.
Is Sly ever going? Can I attack?
Yes, you know what? We're going to go to Sly, and then we'll have them all attack us. And then
Sly, because they have a dagger. And, fun fact, I can cast Psychic Blades that when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration to deal an extra D26 psychic damage to that target. It makes the weapons magically toxic to the creature's mind.
Okay, so in our thing, I'm gonna make, or you go ahead and roll your D.
Who am I? Who's all left? Who's not getting there?
You're taking on the halfling. Remember?
Yeah. So Sly is still standing at the congregation, just in the pew, just kind of haphazardly yanks this very ornate black, green, weird blade with an eyeball in it that kind of blinks now and again. Just pulls it out and gives it the big just pulls it, yanks it back behind her shoulder and just thunk. And then while muttering it, it turns greenish, and it does a hit, and then I get a +3 to the.
So that makes so your daggers are gonna roll your D20 for me.
But this is the hit dice that I'm supposed to be using.
Okay, and you rolled a 7 on that one.
Yeah, unless you want it for
plus
some
4, that's a 10. So you did 10 damage. You killed them.
Nice. Can I call my thing back? My magical.
No, you have to go over there and pick it up.
Ah!
Oh my word, no. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. If you want to not walk over there, you're going to have to roll for it. If you get any less, if you get 10 or below,
I've got
that's not going to be good. So if you want to do it, roll. Okay.
I whistle, and the magical blade comes back to me. It's a gift from my probably dead war fiance. So, war crimes. I stole this off some dead man's body.
P.S. You rolled a 20, so...
I rolled a 20.
I'm going to be honest, if it was 10 or less, I was going to have it hit a congregation member.
I already killed congregation members, though.
Oh, they will take back your safety. Your ran there for peace and everything. So the half-man is dead. He is so hardcore dead. Actually, he's dying. He's dying, but rapidly. He's about a minute away from death. And he's just on the ground.
Well,
blood pulling like a horrible 1990s movie just out of his chest.
Sly walks over and just pulls the dagger back.
Well, you whistled for it.
Yeah, no, I've got the dagger. I'm pulling it back over my shoulder.
Okay.
Sly's pulling it back over her shoulder and just stab.
10 times, apparently. Because somebody has anger issues.
Blood is spurted all over her face.
So go back to Layla.
You can tell someone's having a mental breakdown. Sly is having a mental breakdown at this point.
As the congregation slowly starts backing away. Very slowly. Mothers are covering their children's eyes.
Why can I not have some form of decent life? I just want to eat, sleep, and leave. Work. Come on.
Oh, brother.
Okay, back over to Lander. So You were taking on the half elf, and you managed to get a somewhat hit on. Somewhat. More like a scrape. And so the half elf takes its longbow, notches, and it goes to attack you. And it hits hard. Like, it hits you probably right underneath your pectoral, so just a couple inches below your heart.
Oof.
So, I mean, it does some pretty serious level damage. So you are at the 28 subtract 19.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because I rolled 19. So you're at 9. Okay.
I am destined to have horrible characters.
You're just gonna get new characters every week. You better help her. I swear if you don't.
Sly is now just
I will have your pinky become infected. I swear if you don't
can't do that.
She's the DM. Yes, she can.
Okay.
Sly is just like in a murderous rage.
Fine, somebody's distracted over there. So then I'm taking on my elf. And I go to release one of my daggers, which is +1. So I got 13, so I did 14 damage.
Wait, I thought it was the elf's turn to attack you.
You're right.
Yeah.
No. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll undo that. Gosh dang, that was a good roll too. So you're gonna attack me, and they do me 14 damage, and I have 27. So.
Use the murderer's rage.
Oh, no, I have 31. I'm the person with 31. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. So minus 14, so I'm at 17 health points, and then I go to attack them back. I'm trying to throw my dagger, and I'm gonna try to pull the ultimate trick shot.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna try to have my dagger cut the bowstring and hit the person at the same time. Because yes.
Yanks it back.
And as it releases in the air, it did not cut their bowstring, but it hit him in the shoulder.
And the man angrily yanks out the
Dagger. A little bit of blood. Not because blood for some reason elves have a slower blood flow than humans, so it's not like splurting out, but it's just a little tiny blood flow.
Sly just beat a man to death. So
yes,
I should have just built like a rogue. I made a bard. I made a murderous bard.
And so basically my elf is down to, because of that, because he's down to 5. So you go ahead and roll for trying to take out the rest of your half elf.
Oh. 17.
So how did you slay the half elf?
I'm trying to think of the position of the room because I am horrible at explaining. So basically, I just went and jumped and flipped and both swords down.
So you cut off the arms.
Yeah,
blood is, and you can hear somebody in the congregation. We just cleaned the daggum blood off the floors just yesterday. Are you kidding me?
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
We didn't even get to the soot on the walls yet. They don't even care about the fact that people are dying. They're more upset that the whole church is getting dirty again. So at this point, the church leaders have defeated the female dwarf, and they're at this point just trying to keep all blood, guts, and rolling limbs away from the zippy chicken corn chowder. And so I'm gonna roll for the elf to attack me. Trust me, Liz. 9. Okay, so I'm at 17, subtract 9, and I'm at 8 life points. And then he realizes at this point he needs to surrender, considering he's at half life point, basically the equivalent of half life points. He's surrounded, all of his friends and compatriots are dead. He just basically got jumped on this at the last second because they needed a 4th guy, and this is not what he signed up for. This was supposed to be just take out a tiny little monastery. Nobody else is supposed to be here. Just some monks in robes that are kind of easy to kill. And so he goes, the whole hands up, bow down, I surrender. What do y'all do?
What?
So the elf has just surrendered. What do you do?
Kill him.
What do you want to do? Every action has a positive and a negative. Just want to point that out.
Huh.
Well, if
I can cast convincing words.
Okay.
I can just make him do things. Why am I like this?
You're not making him do the polka dance.
I
Or the chicken
might.
dance. He's not doing the chicken dance.
I never asked for your opinion, did I?
Oh my lord.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Someone describe the scene because I'm doing things.
Okay, so body parts at this point are just kind of being swept away.
Aggressively thrown in corners.
And actually, okay, so if you look,
Okay.
you start to, I will say this, Sly starts to get worried when Sly looks up and you're like, why are they taking them into the kitchen? Why are they taking the dead bodies into the kitchen?
Cannibalism.
And so the great canoe walks up and says, oh, we just throw them in the river. Because the way that because the mountain streams come down and form that little river that goes around the giant statue, the statue of the giant, and it swerves around that and it goes off down, just farther down the mountain.
Nice. So
So it's just whoever's down there's problem now. That's kind of how this mountain works. Not my problem anymore tends to be the
Nice. I appreciate that.
theme of the mountain. So it's not that they're cooking them, they just throw them down the river. Because here's the thing, this mountain is huge. And you don't want to keep
I
dead
feel
bodies
like
near
that's
you.
a waste of meat.
You're not a lizard person. Well, here's the other part of it. Think about it. They
Can I
don't,
roll
and
for
when you start actually looking around, you realize there's not a cemetery. There's not a cemetery anywhere near this
Quick
church.
question. So you know how I killed like 3 of your parish the other day on accident?
Mhm.
Real sorry about that. What did we do with the bodies?
They're not in the zippy chicken corn chowder.
Okay, sounds good to me. And she just kind of like yanks up her pants, pulls down her shirt. Okay, whatever.
So what they do is they put him in because the mountain is home to a lot of things. And so you don't want to keep dead bodies because there are some creepy crawlies who will go eat them. And you don't want that next to your church where your kids are playing. So it's actually a normal thing to
just shuck them in the river.
Well, if you're you have 2 options. You can get cremated, although hardly anybody gets cremated. It's still very dangerous because then do you know what cremation smells like? Cooking meat. It smells like cooking meat, so that's very dangerous. They don't even like to cremate people. But they will just send their bodies down the river, which is a much better option because then the wildlife can just eat the dead bodies, which then you survive off the wild. It's kind of like the circle of life kind of a deal, where you survive, the wildlife grows, and then you hunt the wildlife, and more wildlife there is going to eat. And you deal with the dead bodies. They're away from you and your people, and they keep all the monsters kind of lower into the mountain areas.
Okay, sounds good. Can I Sly's just like, okay, gets bored in the middle of this explanation, just walks over to the elf, presses the dagger against his throat, and it just stands there. Doesn't say anything, just kind of smiles. While pressing this blade just gently
Do me a favor.
into its cart.
Roll your d20 for me. 1.
I got a nat 1. See, isn't it
He
better?
just stands there and makes eye contact.
I'm feeling some really weird tension right now. I'm gonna be real with you, sir. No? No? Okay, no. Don't touch me. Don't
His
touch
hands are up.
Don't touch me at all. I will kill you. And
His
she's
hands
just covered in blood from this poor halfling that she just murdered in an angry rage.
Leander over there taking notes.
I am really
He
done.
honestly at this point is just
Oh.
observing behaviors rather than anything else.
I am real done with all of this. Real done. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in weeks. I'm on the run from the military, sir.
Leland walks over.
Management issue. blood.
Well, basically, okay, so Leland is standing because she was the one who was fighting against the elf. So she comes up to him and
Stabs him.
No.
Please stab him, sir.
Leland comes up and says, okay, in 2 days, we have had 2 different groups of adventurers come up here trying to kill us all. Why? Why are you here? I know that you said, we were causing the apocalypse. We aren't. We're singing a song. That's how we do this stuff. And so I will roll my 20 thing wherever it may be. Isn't that the fun part of D&D? Like relocating all your dice because you don't look at this.
I collect the magical click-clack rocks.
Hate this chair. Anyway, so I roll, and so I basically, because I asked him, what the heck? Got a 17, thank you. And so he basically explains, well, we were hired there was a notice up at the pub in town that basically said it would pay like 500 gold if we came up here and stopped some people from causing the apocalypse through ritual chants. That's all it was. Can I leave now? And
Why should we let you leave?
Because I didn't kill anybody.
So, lots of people don't kill anyone.
Well, here's the thing. This is actually something where you guys have really got to think about this. Really think. Okay, keep in mind the information you just found out. So there is a notice in a pub down in the valley of town.
Take me with you.
Okay.
Let's go. I got nothing
You wanna go
better to
later?
do. You know what? I'm going to handcuff you to me.
Actually, wait, I got a better one. So Leland is looking around and she says, hey, your name's Lander, right? Okay, I recognize the whole getup. Ranger, right? Cool. I'll tell you what, you know this mountain pretty well, right?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. How about you come with us, keep a little eye on our pointy-eared friend over there.
I'll handcuff him to you.
No, thank you.
That way you can both murder each other while you sleep.
No, not happening.
And
I'm gonna eat dinner. I don't care what you all decide. She just drops the knife. Takes the knife, walks away. I'm gonna eat dinner. I don't care. I'm done with life. Real done with life right now.
Okay, so
Still covered in blood.
So we're going to eat our zippy chicken corn chowder. We're going to roll our d20s to see how good of a bowl we got. You had a 12. So, it passes decent. It passes.
It's probably the anger.
And the
Can I
blood
have
on
some-
your lips.
Fine.
Can I have some?
You re-roll that because that was just...
She got a nat 1.
Burnt, crispy. I'm pretty sure there's a finger in there.
I have dripped blood into your soup.
Yeah, that's basically what I see. You just look at it.
And blood is dripping off my antlers at this point.
Really?
Off Sly's antlers. And just shake the head, shake blood
I'll just
spurts.
eat my beef jerky.
Can I have
Pulls out
some
his
jerky?
beef.
Can I roll for jerky?
Yes, you can roll for jerky. Ha ha ha! No.
Can I have
We
a
made
tea
it
biscuit though?
as referred to our last thing. She has to get a 15 or up. So I roll. Mine is a little bit better than Sly's over
sorry
there.
about the noise.
It don't matter.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. This is ASMR channel now.
There you go.
I've never had tea biscuits before.
Okay, no.
We're
These
basically.
only have 1.6 grams of sugar.
Where did you get these?
From my store back home. And they're from Israel, so...
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Random facts about my crackers.
You guys eat your soup, and you are going to go travel down. And I'm just going to time jump. So we travel down to the, town down below. And you get to the pub. He shows you the pub. And then I'm going to roll to see how lucky the sucker is, because the Lord knows I want him to get away. What did I roll? 2. He is handcuffed. It's just a lie. Sly is not letting him go anywhere. So he takes it down to the pub. It's an average pub, dark wood. You got a minstrel in the corner just tuning a guitar because it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. there's a bartender. It's about like 13 people. So I mean, even you can just imagine how packed. Okay, keep in mind, this is like the only pub along this entire side of the mountain. So, and at this point, when I say the valley, that's relative. They only traveled like 800 feet. They're still at like 500 feet elevation here. Or no, they're still at like about 2,000 feet elevation. Like this is, relative considering how massively huge this mountain is.
We went to the Shire Market.
Is there like anything else in town, or is just some random pub?
There's a pub and a market station. So
I want to go to the market, but Sly has like a hood up, like.
So the market station is like a trade post, really. That's what it really is. It doesn't do anything but trading. Just to let you know.
I have another cracker.
Oh my word.
This is now turned into Faith's just gonna eat all these crackers.
No more crackers.
Okay, so do you want to stay at Lander? What do you want to do?
I want to hear more information about what's going on here.
Because
I live up on that mountain too.
So what are you doing?
Sly just kind of like points toward him. You know the place for gossip in like my hometown? The marketplace. You should go there.
Do you want to separate?
Don't split the party.
Well, I mean, you can't.
That's a thing called don't split the party.
For this, because it's not that. Trust me, it's okay. So if this one time you want to split the party, you can. If not, that's fine too.
Don't split the party.
Okay.
It's a major DM rule.
Okay, so then I'll tell you what. You have to roll to see where we go first. Market or
can we do D12 or are we doing dice?
D20s. 7 for pub, or 7 for market. What'd you get? 13 for pubs, or one of the pub.
You know, I could use some food.
Let's get a decent pub food. You just gotta roll to see how well you get, especially after.
Well, what's the
somebody maybe hungry after yesterday's bloody zippy chicken corn chowder.
We are not discussing that again.
Well, okay, so you go over to the bartender, and what do? He's, he honestly looks like a low-key pirate. One gold hoop, bald-headed, has like a bandana around his neck, and otherwise like a loose white linen shirt and regular pants, like regular brown pants.
And, can I roll for charisma?
Sure, go for it.
Sly walks up to him still with like the hood pulled down and like the black mask.
You can obviously see pointy things coming out of the hood.
Yeah, obviously you can see the deer antlers, which is like a whole nother thing. You wouldn't have happened to hear anything about a tiefling warlock, would you?
Tiefling warlock. Let's see. Well,
pretty please. It'd make my day. Oh crap! I never rolled.
I was going to say. Wait a minute. 1.
Not one.
Not 1. Sorry. Last tiefling warlock I ever heard of was like 10 years ago, and they blew up Atlantis.
Nice.
So, what else?
Well, Lander goes up to him and asks him, do you have a description of someone who put up the Colt's request for up on the mountain?
And he looks over and he sees, oh, you mean the bounty for the Colt up on the mountain?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So, basically, it actually showed up because when I went to go open up, because we open up the pub since it's like the only place to eat hardly. So we opened up the pub at like 6 a.m. We run it from like 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. And I came in and that was on the front door. So, we have anonymous people all the time. So I went in and I just posted it. Otherwise, I don't know who left it. But I do admit, it's pretty impressive considering otherwise outside of that 500 gold, the highest bounty on there is like 50 copper. So that's why all these new guys are coming in. Honestly, I probably think it's some other business on the mountain because business has been slow lately. But if you put up giant signs like that, well, obviously adventurers are going to come, and what are they going to need? They're going to need equipment, they're going to need food, they're going to need, tour guides, they're going to need all that mess. So they spend a lot of money here. And honestly, we've seen that before as like kind of almost like a tourist trap. But it could be real. Nobody really goes up that side of the mountain a whole lot, but they do weird stuff. I'll tell you that much. It's really weird.
Like how weird? Like a scale of weird.
Like, do you know how weird it is that you all of a sudden are like you can just hear this ominous chanting coming down, rolling off the mountain, and I don't know what they're doing up there.
There's always going to be ominous.
Tons of smoke starts coming from the mountain. P.S. From the fire underneath the cauldron. So it is an odd cult that they got going on up there. People will take their children and sacrifice them to that temple up there, because I see parents all the time walk up there with a child and walk back down without one.
And Sly,
they must eat them.
Sly is just kind of smiling, so like none of you like bothered to ask the parents what happened to their kid. They just randomly show up.
Most of the time when the parents are leaving, they're crying, and so we just don't talk to them. We just leave them alone. They're crying parents. They cry all the way up there, they cry all the way back down.
None of you get concerned? Like at all random, they could be eating those children. You don't know that. You didn't think anything of it? Like, legit? This is just legal for you to... I feel like this is child neglect.
It ain't my child. But he basically kind of shrugs his arm. He shrugs around it and he says, listen, if anything really bad, was going on, I'm pretty sure that by now the king would have dispatched some knights or some court adventurers to deal with it. But honestly, I got a pub to run, and it's like me and 3 employees. Do you have any idea how many people come through this pathway at night?
I don't
know.
A lot of people. Maybe the king's busy with, a war.
Wouldn't that be nice? But, okay.
Really?
So, anything else?
Think.
So,
well,
here's the thing, though. Okay, so the main thing is, okay, you really think about it. What's attracting people? What's attracting adventurers to go attack the place?
That post thing. So
money. Can I? Sly just goes over and grasp it lightly, and then crumbles it up into a ball.
I'll tell you what. We'll depend on how you do this. We'll roll for stuff.
Sneaky snake.
At 3. So, I'm going to pull this one out of my hat. So you guys, basically Sly just rips it off the wall and they all run out the pub.
Run!
He chases after them like, what are you doing? But, paper is expensive, so he ain't going to make a new one, and plus he doesn't care. So, y'all just kind of do
Sly shoves it into Llewellyn's family. Breathe on it. Fire!
I will roll to do the fire. I will roll for that. 1. Yeah. Out of desperation of just trying not to look like a stupid person, I just shove the paper in my mouth and eat it. I burned it!
Sly gives the most, WTF face. Just, whatever, I'm not dealing with this.
And so basically, ta-da, you solved the problem! Woo-woo! Woo-woo. Anyway, so yeah, you all basically run back up to the mountain, and I will leave you with this. As you come up, you crest over, you're all laughing, and as that time, you realize, where's that elf?
Oh no!
We left him in town! We left him at the pub!
Sly, I thought you were supposed to be looking after
I
him!
thought I handcuffed him to you.
No, he was handcuffed to you.
Just looked away. Oh no. And then as you're coming up, you see this floating figure coming towards you, like a floating blob.
Oh.
Lily goes,
I caught him though. He was in a jar.
You never caught him.
No, he wasn't in a jar.
No. So here's the thing, and Leland goes, is that Bob the Why is he rushing over here?
Wait, who's Bob the Blob?
Bob's the Blobs.
It was a thing. You had to be here. He's just useless. Just know that.
Got it.
So he runs over, floats over, and he says, guys, bad news. People are getting really sick at the temple. Like, tons of people are falling sick.
Oh boy.
And that is the end of today's episode. This is Gravely Mistaken.
Stay tuned.